Everybody. I wanted to jump on and do this, and I set it for last night, and then I pushed it to tonight. Um, my goal actually is really to just create a video here that puts all of the concepts that we've been talking about in the Facebook group and is going into the Free at 50 blog on marketing, breaking it down into 6 basic concepts that I'm calling marketing basics. Starting out as an entrepreneur, whether you're just thinking about leaving 9 to 5 life and what you're going to do next, or if you've already gotten out there and are starting to build your business, I want to make sure that the Free at 50 blog and the Facebook group, the Ditching the 9 to 5 community, all of my social media, everything that I find from experts and from other people and that I've tried, worked or didn't work, that I'm sharing the right things with you all as you kind of dip your toes in the water, so to speak, on marketing yourself and your business. So what I've decided to do is put together 6 concepts, kind of an overview of what the basics are for marketing when you decide that you're going to be ditching 9 to 5 life and building your own business. Concept number 1 is simply shifting your mindset. So mindset is a big thing when it comes to marketing. There's, a whole thing about having confidence and, being authentic and all of these things. And, one of I think the most difficult things when you finally leave a 9 to 5 or a corporate setting, and you've been for years and years and years wearing logoed t-shirts with somebody else's name on it, with a brand on it, where you've been following, the footsteps of whoever the leaders in the company are, and maybe at some point you were even a leader in the company. In the end, when you leave that sort of umbrella of another brand, the biggest mindset shift, I think, in my opinion, and what I found talking to people, is that you're in charge of your marketing. You are the brand. It is about your ideal clients, your business, your mission, your goals, what you are going to bring to the table, and how you want to be visible, and how you want to display that in your own voice. So number 1, the most basic thing that needs to be done when you are working on creating your own business and starting to market it is shifting your mindset away from the whole concept of, representing someone, and instead being the brand. So number 1 is mindset. And with that being said, yes, you can say anything you want. You can wear whatever you want. You don't have to wear that logo t-shirt. But obviously, I'm giving this with the caveat that you're not going to want to be offensive or do things that are illegal or, anything that's going to intentionally hurt somebody. But outside of that, yeah, you can say what you want. You can be you. You have the ability to actually be authentic. Number 1 out of 6, mindset. The second concept to focus on when you're talking about the basics of marketing is budgeting. And I know that sounds, why would I be talking about budgeting as one of the most basic things to work on and look at when it comes to marketing? Because you need to invest in it. I come from the corporate world where if you don't invest, you're not going to get a return, right? So that's really what that's about. So knowing your expenses, and this is the most basic thing on budgeting at all when you're going out on your own, knowing your monthly expenses. I've mentioned in the past the 4-Hour Work Week, and I don't think I've really talked about it in a while, but that was a book that I read right after my corporate layoff during COVID and my decision not to go back into any kind of 9 to 5 life. A friend of mine suggested that I look at this book by Tim Ferriss, and I can go ahead and drop the link with my insights from the book. But one of the things that I really took away was, what do I need every month in terms of income and money versus what is flexible, discretionary, right? So breaking down what your actual expenses are and then determining how much of a budget you can have to invest in your business, and then what part of that budget is going towards marketing. So knowing your expenses, knowing how much money you have coming in, knowing what you can spend, creating that budget, and how much time as well as money you'll be investing into marketing. Budgeting really is an important basic foundational piece of your marketing. So let's put that into practice. Like, what would be an example of how you're going to, figure this out and what you need to figure out? Well, let's talk about what you're going to invest in. Whether you have $100 a year to invest into marketing or $1,000 a month, doesn't matter. What does matter is being strategic about that investment, both of the money and the time. So whatever you do invest in, whether it is an ebook, whether it is a course, whether it is a membership into a marketing program, whether that's promotional or about learning, no matter what that is, do these things. Get your pen or pencil out. Schedule time for it. Schedule time to do the course. Schedule time to read the book. Schedule time to engage in the marketing program. Create your list of tasks and action items, and that can be ongoing, continual. It can change with deadlines, and then also do them. That's the biggest part. I remember, so I ran a national staff training program for a lot of years in my last corporate gig, and everyone would go to these annual meetings and these monthly and quarterly, whatever these meetings were, and they would get excited and get all these ideas, and then they would go back to their office, and what would happen? Not much, because you can feel excited, but the problem is when you get back into your day-to-day, it's a little bit kind of draining to think about how you're going to incorporate some of these things. So an important part of all of this is, if you're going to be budgeting for something, think about budgeting time and organizing that, as well as budgeting money to invest. So number one is mindset. Number two, budgeting. Concept number three, branding. Having your brand organized is very important, and a brand is more than colors and fonts. I think that's incredibly important, having a look and feel that is specific to you. And if you go back up and look at the video I did about utilizing Canva, it was like a quick 20-minute overview of Canva. That can really help a little bit on the understanding of branding. But I'm also going to drop a couple resources for you on that. Having your brand together is more than just your colors and your look and your feel, which is very important, but it is also about what I mentioned before in the mindset piece, that you are the brand. It is about your voice. It is about how you are visible, what you say, and your message to your potential clients, readers, customers, whatever it is that you are putting together and offering to people. That is all part of your branding. So branding is foundational, and that is going to be marketing basics. Number three is branding. Number four to focus on marketing basics are online platforms. We live in a world where you can't really ignore it. I'm not going to say you have to be on every single day. I'm not going to say you have to be on every single platform. But you do have to figure out where to be and create a strategy around that. So, if you're just starting out, checking out the different platforms, testing them, putting it out there, and use them for three different things. One, for learning. So, for example, being a part of the Ditching the 9 to 5 Facebook group. Hopefully you're utilizing the videos in the group and you're learning from them. So finding the platform that's best for you for learning is number one. Number two, for collaborations, right? I recently as of this video, changed my Instagram strategy several months ago. Instead of looking for clients on there, that wasn't working. It wasn't really bringing traffic and readers to a blog, because people that are on Instagram, at least in my niche, weren't looking to go read something. They were looking to scroll. But what I did is, through a lead generation course and a membership for Digital Acceleration Academy, I know I'm kind of dropping all these things, and I'll share links, and I can talk to any of you about the DAA membership. but I took a course on lead generation as part of that membership, and it really flipped a switch on how I was utilizing Instagram. I wanted to stay with Instagram because, quite frankly, I enjoy it, and I love using Canva, and there's some great templates and great ways to use that. And my strategy turned into collaboration, finding people with a similar audience, finding people who would be great guest authors for the Free at 50 blog, people who had stories to tell, tips to share. And once I switched what my focus was with Instagram, I'm getting a lot more out of it. So, collaborations is a really important part of what you're going to be doing with social media. And then third, and the biggest, right, is growing your business. So that is finding your readers if you're a blogger like me. It's finding your clients if you are a service-based professional. It's finding your customers if you're selling a product. So figuring out where your ideal client hangs out and knowing your ideal client and what your message to them in the concept of branding, finding the right platform to be on isn't going to be immediate, but it is something that you need to work on, and that is foundational, and that is a marketing basic, and that might take some time. So after you do that, number 4, as you're working on that in conjunction with it, number 5 is trainings, courses, ebooks. It is learning about the platform, about the marketing concept that you're working on. So, if you have no background in marketing and you're really starting from scratch, you might want to really invest in a course where you can learn a lot about marketing from start to finish. If you know you're going to be working on Facebook, for example, and you want to create a Facebook group, you might want to take courses or something related to creating a Facebook group. So there's all kinds of ways to go with this, but figuring out what training you need and keeping up with it, and that could evolve. You could spend one quarter working on one thing, another quarter working on another thing. So you might start with email automation and creating newsletters or graphics, and then you might move into creating a Facebook community or lead generation. Those are the types of things that you definitely want to make the effort in investing in rather than cobbling it together for free. So number 4 is online platforms, and number 5 is the training that might be with those platforms or anything else surrounding marketing. Number 6, the final one, is tools. So, you might be investing in the training, but then you might need the tools that go along with that. So for example, my favorite tool, and I'm an affiliate for it because I use it, is Groove. So for example, if you're going to be doing email automation, if you're going to be doing videos like I am and you want them in multiple places, you need a place to store them, to edit them, to add links and watermarks. Groove is great for that. The Canva is the fantastic resource that I know a lot of you love. I did a poll in my Facebook group, and it's starting to come in that people are already using it and loving it. And I've done a video on Canva, and you can see how much I love it, and you can even just use the free version. I know a lot of people upgrade because it's so fantastic, but Canva is a tool that you can invest in for free, but definitely invest some time in and maybe do some learning with it in order to really pull your brand together and utilize it in a way that saves you time and saves you energy and brings your whole brand and your message together. So you can do everything from Instagram posts that match up with your LinkedIn posts and or your Facebook posts, or you can use it for creating like a checklist or an ebook or other things. So those are 2 examples of tools. So tools that help you with your graphics, your branding, tools for video storage and other kinds of, maybe a membership portal, tools to have a sales or landing page, email automation, a website, a place online. Those are really important things that you might want to add to your toolkit and add to your list of what to invest in. So a quick recap of marketing basics, what I'm calling the basic concepts. are one, mindset. You're going to need to start with your mindset and let yourself be free of any past, anything that's held you back when you were representing a company because now you are the brand. Number two is budgeting. It is knowing your expenses, knowing how much you can spend, planning for it, whether it's $100 a year or $1,000 a month. It doesn't matter. Know your budget and decide on a marketing budget. Number three is branding. It's building your brand, organizing your brand, your voice, your message, speaking directly to your clients, your look becoming recognizable. Number four, online platforms, testing multiple platforms, deciding how you're going to use whichever ones you focus on, whether it is for learning, for collaboration, and finally for actual promotion and marketing. Number five is trainings and courses. Number six, tools. And I'm going to close all of this out by saying that if you're a member of my Ditching the 9 to 5 community, I definitely am putting things on there that are related to marketing. There are, different articles on the Free at 50 blog, but you can reach out to me directly and we can do a free call. We can chat about whatever step you're on, whatever you are questioning on how to start, where to start. I want to help with that. So I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to talking to many of you out there in the world on the basics of marketing and on getting your marketing going as you ditch the 9 to 5 permanently. Take care and have a great evening.